2 times faster, 70% less memory, and 0 loss in accuracy, which is the part that should not be possible. Normally, you buy speed with precision. You approximate something, you round something off, and the model comes out a little worse. This one does not do that. Same gradients, same loss curve, same final weights. The library is called Unsloth, free, open source, Apache licensed, and it runs on top of PyTorch, which makes the fight in the title a strange one. Unsloth is not competing with PyTorch. It is built out of it. So the real question is narrower and better. Where does the 2 times actually come from? Speed is never free. Something in that training loop is being paid for, and you are about to see exactly what. The answer starts with one sentence, written by Daniel Hahn on the day he and Michael Hahn launched the thing. His words, "PyTorch's Autograd is reasonably efficient for most tasks, but if you want extreme performance, you have to derive the matrix differentials yourself." He is not saying PyTorch is slow. He is saying PyTorch is general, and general has a price. Autograd will differentiate anything you write, which means it can optimize for nothing you wrote. Autograd is one of the great pieces of software engineering. You write the forward pass, and it hands you the backward pass for free. It has to work for any graph anybody can build, so it is not allowed to assume anything about yours. Hand's bet was that for one specific shape, a frozen weight matrix with a small trainable adapter bolted onto it, you can beat that by hand. In that shape, the attention block needs 6 matrix derivatives, and he sat down and worked out all 6. Then comes the part that sounds too small to matter. Matrix multiplication is associative. A times B times C gives the same answer whichever pair you multiply first. The cost of getting there is not the same at all. The adapter matrices are skinny, ranks of 8, 16, maybe 128. The model's weight matrices are 4096 wide, or wider. Bracket the multiplication one way and you build an enormous intermediate matrix, use it once and throw it away. Bracket it the other way and you do not build it at all. Same answer, wildly different bill. Autograd cannot make that call for you. It does not know your rank is 8. It sees 2 matrices and multiplies them in the order you type them. So he rewrote the hot paths as kernels in Triton, OpenAI's language for writing GPU code in Python. The rotary embeddings, the feed-forward blocks, the layer norms, the language model head, handwritten, fused, in place, and it worked immediately. On a free collab card in December, the Alpaca dataset took the Hugging Face implementation 23 hours and 15 minutes. Their build finished the same job in 2 hours and 34 minutes, which raises the obvious objection. If the maths is identical, why does PyTorch not just ship it? Because a framework that ships that trade has to ship it for everyone, and it stops being true the moment your rank is large, or your model is not a transformer, or your adapter is somewhere else. Generality is PyTorch's product. Unsloth is allowed to be narrow, and narrow is where the speed lives. The speed is only half the story anyway. The memory half is stranger, because it starts with a tensor most people have not thought about once. At the end of every forward pass, the model turns its hidden state into a score for every single token in the vocabulary. Long sequence, big vocabulary, and that one array of numbers becomes the largest object on the card. In November, a team at Apple published a paper about exactly that. Eric Weidmans and 4 co-authors called it cut cross-entropy, and the numbers they published are worth stopping on. The memory used by the loss computation on the model they measured fell from 24 gigabytes to 1 megabyte. The classifier head as a whole went from 28 gigabytes down to 1. The trick is to skip the array entirely. You compute the loss in slices, on the fly, and throw each slice away as you go. The gradient that comes out the other end is identical. Unsloth ships that, plus its own chunked version that picks the slice size at runtime from whatever memory you have left, plus a checkpointer from April 2024 that pushes activations out to system RAM and now costs about 0.1% in overhead. Add it all up and the numbers stop looking like a speed story. On an 8 gigabyte card, Unsloth's published benchmarks fine-tune an 8 billion parameter llama at just under 3,000 tokens of context. The Hugging Face path with flash attention runs out of memory before it starts. Go up to 80 gigabytes and it is 342,000 tokens against 28,000, 12 times the context, same card, same model, same 4-bit weights, and the ceiling moved again. Working with Stas Beckman on a technique called tiled feed-forward layers, they pushed a 20 billion parameter model past 500,000 tokens of context on one 80 gigabyte card. The previous number was 80,000, so the 2 times is real, but 2 times against what? Because that missing word is the most misleading thing in this entire field, and Unsloth is one of the very few projects that tells you the answer. Take their mixture of experts kernels, shipped in February. The headline is 12 times faster. Read the blog, and that 12 is measured against Transformers version 4, against version 5, which already uses PyTorch's own grouped matrix multiply. The same kernels are about twice as fast. Both numbers are correct. They answer different questions, and only one is the question you are asking. Their published table makes it plainer. Fine-tuning the same model on the same Blackwell card at 1,000 tokens of context Unsloth is 1.4 times faster. At 2,000, 2.4. At 4,000, 4.8. At 8,000, 7.3. And at 16,000, the comparison stops, because the baseline runs out of memory and posts no number at all. That is a curve, not a speedup. The advantage is modest when the work is small, and it keeps growing until the alternative simply stops working. Which means the useful form of the sentence has an object attached to it. They do the same thing with their packing work. The headline says 3 times faster. The blog then derives the formula out loud and says the gain depends on how many short rows your dataset has, and that it collapses toward 2 if your rows are all long. 2 times faster than what, at what context length, on which card, measured after the compiler finished warming up. 4 questions. Unsloth answers all 4 on its own pages. The ecosystem quoting Unsloth answers none of them. It takes the biggest cell in the table and prints it on a badge. There is a second thing that badge hides, and this one is a real limit rather than a framing problem. It is multiple GPUs. Read Unsloth's own multi-GPU page today, and it says the process is complex, requires manual setup, and that official multi-GPU support is being announced soon. Read the README on the same day, and it says multi-GPU is available now. Read the pricing page on that same day, and the free column still lists multi-GPU under coming soon, while the paid tiers sit behind a contact form with no price printed anywhere on the page. 3 of their own pages, 1 afternoon, 3 different answers. So if your training plan needs tensor, context, or expert parallelism as a thing you configure rather than a thing you route around, Axolotl and LLaMA-Factory document that matrix and Unsloth does not, and a smaller trap that will confuse you on day 1. Unsloth's own benchmark page warns that Torch compile takes about 5 minutes to warm up and tells you to measure throughput only after it finishes. Measure a short run, and you will conclude the whole thing is oversold. Measure a full epoch, and you get the number they published. It is not only Unsloth making the claim either. NVIDIA's own developer blog last December put the figure at 2.5 times the Hugging Face Transformers library on NVIDIA hardware and called Unsloth one of the world's most widely used open-source fine-tuning frameworks. Which brings us back to the verses in the title. In April this year, the PyTorch Ecosystem Working Group announced 4 new projects joining its landscape. Unsloth was one of them. PyTorch's own sentence about it reads, Unsloth utilizes PyTorch to enable training of models, and Torch compile for optimizations. The library built by deriving its way around Autograd is now, formally, part of the thing it derived its way around, and it runs both directions. Unsloth's newest mixture of experts path is built on PyTorch's own grouped matrix multiply, and Han's release post thanked PyTorch, Torch.io, and Hugging Face by name. The project itself has grown into that. 74,000 stars, an Apache license, a Y Combinator batch, and a team of 8 people the last time the page was updated. There is a cleaner example of what that relationship actually buys the rest of us. In October 2024, Benjamin Marie reported that gradient accumulation was producing higher training losses than plain full batch training, which should be mathematically impossible. Unsloth found it. The cross-entropy denominator was being averaged inside each mini-batch instead of derived across the whole batch, which made the final loss come out g times too large, where g is the number of accumulation steps. That bug was sitting in nearly every trainer in open source, including multi-GPU runs that were not using accumulation at all. 2 people with a Triton habit found it, wrote the proof out in public, and Hugging Face patched it upstream. They are not only shipping kernels now either. On the 11th of August, they released a desktop application that runs and trains models locally on Mac, Windows, and Linux, and the announcement has been seen about 750,000 times. The release after it merged more than 200 pull requests, 9 days later. Whatever else is true about the marketing, the pace is not a marketing artifact. So here's the call. If you are fine-tuning on one GPU, and almost every tutorial you will ever read assumes you are, Unsloth wins and it is not close. Same weights, roughly half the wall clock, a fraction of the memory, and the receipts are published with their baselines attached. The 5% it loses is real though, multi-node shops, and anyone who needs parallelism as configuration instead of as a workaround. Those people should be running Axolotl or LLaMA-Factory, and Unsloth's own documentation will tell you the same thing if you read past the README. The thing worth being annoyed at here is not a company. It is the multiplier with nothing attached to it. 2 times faster is a sentence with a missing object, and a field that repeats it without the object teaches people to shop for numbers instead of measurements. Which leaves the one question I would carry out of this. Unsloth exists because the 2 people who built it looked at a default that had not been rederived in years and did the calculus by hand anyway. So what is still sitting in your stack that nobody has checked?